I posted daily on my Instagram for 30 days. I went viral, and this is what happened. Hi, if you're new around here, I'm Madeline, and I'm here to help you with your online business, help you grow your blog, YouTube, Instagram, and create different streams of passive income as well. So if that's your jam, then you are more than welcome here. And today I want to share with you my strategy that I did for my Instagram that helped me grow viral and grow my following a lot. On the 22nd of November, I was at 7,900 followers on my Instagram, and I had been stagnating at that number for the longest time, probably for over a year. I was getting about 2,000 to maybe 3,000 views per reel and getting just like very average engagement, so it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I had been stagnating at that point for the longest time, and I was kind of trying to do something a bit different and see if it would work. So after about a week of posting daily and more intentionally, so on November 29th, I had 3 of my reels started to pick up, and they started to get about 20,000 views, whereas before I was getting about 2,000 views. So I got a sudden influx of about 200 followers in like 2 days, which was a lot for me, so I was really excited about that. I was over 8,000 followers at that point. So on December 1st, I was at 8,150 followers, and then I kept posting daily for pretty much the entire month of December. Give or take, I had a few days off for Christmas and Boxing Day and things like that. But then on December 2nd, I had 8,400 followers. So it was starting to pick up like a few hundred followers a day. And then I had multiple videos or multiple reels go viral with over 1 million views. So I reached 10K followers. And when that happened, I started gaining over 1,000 or 2,000 or even more followers every single day. I think I had like the peak was a day with 7,000 followers in one day, which was absolutely insane. And so on January 1st, I had 81,000 followers. So in 1 month, pretty much, I went from 7,000 to 80,000 followers. So was it just luck? I don't think so, because there's a lot of strategy that went behind it. There's a lot of like being intentional about it. So I'm gonna share with you a few things that I did to make this growth happen. Because here's the thing, I had other reels in the past, like before this type of growth, I had other reels go semi-ish viral, like they would get 80,000 views or maybe 100,000 views, so maybe not quite like millions of views like these new reels, but they were still like picking up views, but they wouldn't really get me a lot of followers in the past. So they would get a lot of views, get maybe a lot more engagement on that specific reel, and that was about it. It wouldn't really grow my following a lot, and I do think that was for a reason. Because this time, this month was completely different. Every single reel that went viral and got over 1 million views, it got me a ton of new followers. So why it worked, I think it's because I was starting to speak more specifically to a type of person that I'm helping with my content, right? So I'm talking to moms in their 30s who want to declutter their homes or who feel overwhelmed with their homes. They feel stressed and tired and they don't know how to address it, but they know they have to do something about it. I was also addressing a pain point that we have in common, because I have been in that point myself. And so with my content these days, that's what I'm trying to help them do. I'm trying to help them declutter. And also in this content, in these reels that I was creating, I was offering help. So in the caption, I would give them some extra tips. I would, you know, have a hook on the screen of the reel, because you want people, when they see your reel for the first time in like a sea of reels, right? They're just scrolling. You want your reel to capture their attention. And the way that you do that is through a strong hook. Something that's gonna resonate with them, something that's gonna speak to them, call them out, something that will stand out in their eyes. And then in the caption of my reel, I would also give them extra tips, and I would also let them know about this decluttering freebie checklist that I have for them to further help them out. And so I feel like going through the whole process, right? They see the reel that kind of catches them eye, then they go to the caption and there are loads of more tips for them, and then they have another thing that's like the freebie checklist that's a little bit more help. I feel like the whole journey made the whole difference as well. Another thing that really helped during December was I made it my goal to make content creation on Instagram super simple. I wanted to build this into a habit, right? So that's why I started posting daily, but this doesn't mean I was spending hours every day creating reels. I actually simplified my process a lot, and I'm gonna share with you a bit more about that soon. But I had to simplify, I had to make it quick and easy so that I could stay consistent for so long, because posting every day is not easy if you have to film and record and edit, write the caption every single day, right? So I had to have a system that's quick and easy. Honestly, posting a reel these days takes me less than 20 minutes with writing caption, with editing, with everything, because I have simplified the process a lot. Another thing I did that really helped as well was I automated DMs from my comments, because I would say, you know, comment checklist and I'll send you my freebie checklist, right, for decluttering. But the thing is, once things started to pick up, there was like hundreds and thousands of comments that I just couldn't keep up with. And so I started using ManyChat, which is just an app that has a free feature as well, and you can use that to automate your comments so that it automatically sends them the link in their DMs when they comment checklist, for example. So I have a separate video on this if you want to know more about it, like how to set it up and everything. But yeah, that's one thing that I also did differently during December. Now, what didn't work or didn't really matter was, for one, the time that I posted. Like, I used to think it's so important to post at a certain time, but I found it didn't really matter if it was morning, if it was noon, afternoon, evening. It didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It also didn't matter the amount of hashtags that I used. I found that whether I used 15 or 30, it didn't make a difference. I feel like having keywords in your caption is really important, but not stuffing keywords. I mean, like in the actual, you know, language that you use normally in the caption, and then having some relevant hashtags, of course. I don't feel like Instagram will negatively mark you if you use all 30 hashtags. So yeah, definitely don't obsess about the number of hashtags. I do think it's important for the hashtags to be relevant though. What I didn't do was, you know, go and comment on other people's posts, asking them to come back to my account or DMing them to follow me or things like that. Honestly, those things never work, and I think people have probably realized this. You know how are there still follow groups or engagement groups or whatever they're called? I think not. I haven't really gotten invites anymore. I used to get them so often. But yeah, I think people have realized that those don't really work, and it's about attracting an engaged audience that actually cares about you rather than chasing them and trying to get them to follow you, right? It's not about that if you want to truly grow and make a business out of this. And one thing I also didn't do was ask people to share my content. I know it's really often people will ask, oh, share this in your stories, but the truth is I actually got a lot more shares during December than I ever did before, and I never asked people to do that, not even in the caption. My call to action was always just comment checklist or comment whatever to get the free checklist or something like that. I never really asked them to share, but I got loads more shares. I think that's because people will share when they find it valuable, when they find it relevant enough to share with somebody else that they know. And so those are a few other things that I did differently, but I go way more in depth into how I made this growth happen in my masterclass called Scroll Stopper that I recently launched. And there I share with you the 10 things that I did differently that I think made this growth happen. This is like my full Instagram wheel of growth, and if you make all of these little cogs or all of these little wheels spin together, honestly, that's when the magic happens. So I will leave the link to Scroll Stopper down below if you're interested, but I do hope this video was helpful. And by the way, Scroll Stopper, my masterclass, is also available inside my Insta Glow Up Kit course. So if you are in that course already, and I know a lot of you are, then you can just go and watch it there, or you can purchase it separately if you just want the masterclass. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. Let me know where you are at in your Instagram journey, and let me know how I can further help you. And yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day. Bye guys.